Hi, my name is Mike Conley of East Bay Property Management here in Fremont. And in this short video, we're going to look at the 5 reasons that East Bay landlords get sued and how to avoid them. Now, there's a lot more reasons than 5, but these are the most popular that I've seen in my years of managing houses and apartments here in the East Bay. And hopefully by going through these, I can help you stay out of any kind of trouble. So reason number 1 is not knowing your city's rental laws. See, what I've found is if you own a rental house, you're not getting communication from the housing departments of your city on any new rental laws. They'll send them to apartments, but they often don't send them to rental homeowners. And so you're not aware of the rental ordinances going on in your own city. For instance, in Fremont, you have what's called RIDRO, the Rental Residential Income Dispute Resolution Ordinance. And that came out in 1997. It says that with every rent increase that you give to a tenant in Fremont, you have to include some language that allows the tenant to mediate that increase. So that's just in the town of Fremont. In Union City, you have to have just cause to evict a tenant. There has to be a good reason to not renew a tenant's lease. In Hayward, you can only give a 5% rent increase annually, but you can bank it if you haven't given it in previous years. So every city in the East Bay has some sort of little interesting twist to their rental landlord-tenant law. So that's number 1. Number 2 is your security deposit returns. Now, you have to be very careful when you return a tenant's security deposit. Number 1, you have to itemize any deduction that you make. You want to be able to provide invoices. You want to provide a good faith estimate if there's work to be done that you're deducting from the tenant. You also have to be careful not to deduct anything that is wear and tear. It must be damage. You must mail the deposit return within 21 days. If you don't, then they're entitled to the full deposit. And when you have a dispute with a tenant regarding the security deposit, split the difference. It's well worth a few $100s to avoid the hassle of going to a small claims court and getting tied up in litigation. So security deposit returns are crucial. Number 3, maintenance health issues. Now, I've been into houses that I've taken over from an owner that was managing it themselves that have had some crazy health issues going on. One house in particular had raw sewage running from the bathroom right into the crawl space below the house. Another home I went into had mold in the bedrooms that stretched from one end of the wall to the other, all black mold. These were all cases where the tenant did not want to allow anybody into the house because not only of the way they were living, but they just didn't want their rent to go up. The rents were so low that they thought, oh, if I complain or if anybody comes in here to do work, they're going to raise my rent. And so maintenance health issues are crucial, anything that can affect the health of your tenant. So when you have a maintenance issue, you want to address it promptly. For us, it's 24 to 48 hours. And you want to inspect the home every year. We write into our lease that we're going to come into the tenant's home at the 10-month mark of the 1-year lease and do a quick walkthrough of the home to look for any potential maintenance health issues. Number 4, a lot of owners get sued because they use crazy lease terms. See, a lot of landlords, they download leases right off of the internet, and those leases contradict what California law requires in terms of landlord-tenant law. And there is no standardized California lease, and so even with good intentions, landlords use leases that are in conflict with tenant rights. And so anything that in terms of a notice or late fees or deposit returns, they're specific to the state of California. If you're interested in seeing our lease, which is reviewed by a real estate attorney here in the East Bay every year, please give me a call and I'll gladly send it to you. The fifth reason for lawsuits is violation of quiet enjoyment or privacy for the tenant. See, this is this term in among landlords called quiet enjoyment. That is where the tenant is entitled to live in the rental in peace. And I've had some owners that just couldn't leave the house or tenant alone. They would sneak over there at night and look through the fence, and the tenants would catch them, and they got into legal trouble for it. So you have to give the tenant 24 hours notice before going to make a repair, and you can't just drop in on a tenant. Even our annual inspection, we have to write into the lease, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to perform the inspection. You can only go into a home to make a repair or to show the home during the last 30 days of the tenancy. So those are the 5 reasons that landlords get sued. I want to help you avoid them. Call me, Mike Conley, 510-996-3238. Thanks for watching.